Test, test, test. Okay. Seems to be working. Okay. All seems to be good. So, hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Hisame Artwork. In this live stream, I'm going to color page 84 from our comic book, Niels Feynman's Time Traveling Adventures. And before we start, I'm just gonna do a little presentation for June, just to explain what's going on in page 85. So here in page 85, June, Erwin's gonna be on the chest. He wants to open it because it looks like it has some secret goodies inside. If you remember, I talked about Niels and Erwin often getting into their grandmother's, into Niels's grandmother's stuff. Um, you know, they will often break into anything that is locked just so they can see what it is inside. They would kind of pretend like they're adventurers. Here Marie tries to stop them, saying that's not their stuff, they shouldn't be going for other people's things, but Erwin dismisses her and kind of does, you know, that sound like, I think it's called a raspberry in English. Just takes his tongue out and waves his hand like dismissing what she's saying. And then Erwin reminds her, don't you want to dress up again like you did when you were a baby? And Niels nods, shakes his head, yes, yes, it's a great idea. And Erwin is enticing her and being all evil again. And this is a flashback here with Marie when she was a baby corgi. And one foot in Niels's grandmother's Nana, if you remember the family tree sheet. So she's with one foot in Nana's high heels and a whole bunch of clothing around and heart-shaped glasses and being a princess and supermodel, and there's lipstick and jewelry and everything on the floor. And then Marie thinks that she really does want to do that and gives in to the temptation. So Niels manages to open the chest, and he looks inside and it's very dark and dusty. And then he does find that there are no clothing, no anything interesting for Marie, but it's full of Newton's papers. If you remember, in the previous chapter, Newton went upstairs to try and hide his paperwork from Niels because he suspects he might be Hooke's spy. If you remember, he gave that test with springs, which is a mathematical formula. Well, it's actually a physics formula, I think. That Hooke developed about springs. So Newton used that to test and see if Niels wasn't sent by his arch enemy Robert Hooke. So yeah, that's pretty much it. In the next page, they're gonna lose the papers, and this is gonna be preparation for that. Okay, so that was hopefully enough explanations what's going on in the scene. They'll be going back and forth a bit and kind of talking about the chest and what's inside. Okay, I'm gonna color this one. I think it will need some interruptions. This is gonna be the stair. what's it called? Mm, it's balustrada in Romanian, but I'm trying to remember in English. What's it called? I'm so glad it's very easy to edit line art in Clip Studio Paint. And just easily move it around. Let's check my stream again. Seems to be working. Sorry if I'm being a bit quiet. I'm trying to focus and do the line art well. There we go. I don't know if I'll do any Halloween special event illustrations. Halloween is my favorite holiday, but I would like to get as many pages done as possible. Like I said in my previous streams, maybe some of you know, I was planning in 2 years to have whole book 1 done, and I'm only halfway, so I'm gonna try and do less and less pauses and just do as much story pages as I can, as many. I think the line art should be okay. I'm gonna get an older page out. So I get the color for the wood and everything else. And I'm gonna keep it a reddish wood so I can still see Niels's pants. Because he has brownish pants now. In hindsight, I think I should have spent more time thinking on what he would be dressed in. I'm not too glad about the yellow brown combo of medieval peasant color clothing. So if there's something I would change, I would definitely think twice about that. I'm not sure what other better ideas I would have. Oh, hi Robotic, how are you? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Okay, then where was Grand? Okay, I have her here. Page 83, I'm gonna take that back out. And it's loading, and it's loaded. Yep, okay, good. Coloring here. Gran, which is actually the mysterious secret cat lady, the cat spy. I don't know how to call her. She's Niels's babysitter that he doesn't know he has. His mom hired her. Which is kind of inspired from my own life experience. For example, my grandmother did not like the idea of me going to school by myself in the second grade, even though the school was kind of down the street. So what she would do is follow me every day for a while, I think, while I went to school by what I thought myself, but actually she was in the background hiding and following me. And at some point I think I saw her, because that's why I know she was following me. Because I thought I was going to school by myself, but I kept having the impression that I'm being followed. And I think I was like 9 years old and was going to school. I think after a while she saw that nothing bad was happening, so she stopped following me. But since Niels is Chinese, half Chinese, I figured he would have such relatives on his Chinese side of the family that, are overprotective with a little prince. At least this is the impression I get from Chinese comedy films. Thank you, but the line art is done by June Fender. It's done by my friend, actually. I have more of a painted and a cartoony style. I don't do as much manga anime style anymore. I used to do that, but I'm never happy with the line art the way I do it like this, and I always keep tweaking and tweaking and tweaking, because I keep thinking, oh, I can move this line art a bit, and I can move the line art again a bit, and I never finish anything. So I asked my friend June to do the line art because I have the impression that she does it perfectly. And sorry, my um, let me close the microphone, I think. There we go. The air is pretty dry here, so I often need to drink a bit of water. So yeah, sorry about that. I was saying that I always feel like she does it perfectly, so I asked her to help me because I will be satisfied, and I am satisfied with her line art, and I'm just never happy with mine. So this way she keeps me on track, and I finish the pages on time, so I have a new page every week. So this amazing line art is hers. And the coloring is made very easy by Clip Studio Paint. And combine the whole thing, it becomes a much more manageable workload, and I can finish. Still, it took me longer than I thought it would. I made some calculations. Oh, I publish one page a week. I have this story to say. Oh, I'm gonna finish in 2 years for sure. And um, it's been 2 years and I still haven't finished. But next year I'm coming back to Europe, so I'm gonna try and finish by then, or be very close to the end, because I don't see how I'm gonna keep putting out pages um, with such a huge change. We had to move um, in August, and that took quite a while to get everything uh, relocated. So I'm kind of dreading having to move from one continent to another. The first time it was a bit more easy because I just came with one suitcase. And then we bought a bunch of stuff here, which we're probably gonna leave behind, like toasters and other things like that. But we'll see what we do. I've never had to move kind of the whole house across a continent, so I don't know what we're gonna take with us and what we're gonna leave. I'm just don't want to think about it. Oh, Shimie, merci. Thank you. But um not it's original content, I think it's called in English. When it's not, I don't know, Star Wars in the Middle Ages or some parody rehash of something. So nobody really knows about Niels Feynman, and nobody really cares about Isaac Newton, so it's two search tags that nobody's searching for, so I can't expect how should I say in English? I don't expect many people, to um, stumble upon my comic. And also, it is not a romance love novel. If you look at the statistics on Tapastic and Webtoons, 60% of the readers, over 60% of the readers are female, and they read 95% of the comics they read are romance and love novels, as far as I can tell. The top 20 comics on Webtoons are romance. Then on spot 21, you have a slice of life comic, and then you have 10 more romance novels. So, whenever you ask yourself, how did 50 Shades of Grey or Twilight have so much success? It's because a lot of people read that kind of, um, oh, sorry, watch and read, yeah, that kind of story. Romance is very big. Most of the reviewers I see on YouTube keep asking themselves, "Oh, who watches this? Who cares about this? Oh, it's such a bad story," and um, they fail to kind of realize who's actually watching it. It's their mother and their sister and their girlfriends. But trends come and go. At the moment, fantasy is in high demand. In the 50s, 60s, science fiction was all the rage. What did June do here? I think she flipped Erwin. Why doesn't it want to be flipped? Let's see. That is so weird. Why is it doing this? I think that's why she left it like this, and probably she meant to correct it, but she never got around to doing that. Okay, I'll flip it in Photoshop. Sometimes Clip Studio Paint just does weird stuff. And I have no explanations for why it does the thing it does. It's such a big program and there's so many things going on in there. It's easy to get into a bit of trouble with it. There are not enough tutorials to go around. So I clicked 3 times there. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Opacity, there we go. Something like that, and then I'll go in with some more brushes and even out the color. But in principle it should be darker down below and lighter up above. So anyway, I submitted my comic to a couple of comic book companies, comic book publishing companies. Oh, what was the color margin? Oops. I messed up something. I didn't know what it was. No. Okay, now it's good. So interesting, I found out that that little button there controls how much when I use the bucket tool it seems to fill. The more I use this program, the more I find out. Google Maps. I keep forgetting to save a reference. Trinity College, Cambridge. Where's the... Become an expert. Okay, there's the apple tree. I've become an expert on the streets here. Okay, the windows, oh, they're white. I thought I remembered incorrectly what the frame should be. They might have not been white 300 years ago, but just to be on the safe side. I'll make them that color. The background for that one, I think I already have it done, so I'm not gonna bother. I'll leave Newton as a silhouette for now. Considering how the interior looks, it's been pretty much speculation on my part. Nobody really knows how it actually looked inside at the time. Hmm. June did his butt wrong again. Gonna have to talk to her about Erwin's butt. I sometimes get confused about things as well, like I don't remember where something was. So it's always good to have a character sheet if you forget how to draw someone's butt. So his left side is dark and his right side is light. And I think there should be some teeth around in there. And pink. There we go. I still have 3 more panels to do. I don't know if you heard that, it was just a car. should probably draw a margin, which is what I'm gonna do. I wanted to do this in a lot of stairs, but it just felt like it was too much detail and not helping with the composition of the panel. But I don't know, it just annoys me very much that I don't have an overhang on the stairs. I know it might be a weird problem to have, but oh, for me it is. I really need it. Now it looks like a stair to me. Before it was just confusing. I think it's just a way of how my eye reads a pattern. I just feel the need to have an extra line there, and here like I need another line for the what's it called, door frame. There we are. And I'm gonna need some brown for the eyes, for the nose, sorry. Purple for the color. I've been coloring this for such a long time, doing the same thing over and over again. I kind of remember the color now for some things. But for the main overall color, I still do it by eye drop, just to be sure I don't get too much variation. I'd rather get it from the lighting and shading, I do it later, than doing it by bucket tool from the start. Because I don't know how much it will shift in print, and you can get some pretty bizarre variations. And probably the publishing companies have better printers than I do, and they actually know how to calibrate them properly. Because you know, I read how to set up my printer and how to do the colors, but still I get some results that I don't want. It doesn't come out as it looks on the screen. and I think I'll die of old age before I know what I did wrong. Because I follow all of the instructions. Like, I'll give you an example. I printed some of the holiday special illustrations. To put around the house. And they came out darker than I wanted them to, and I tried tweaking it so it would be okay, but I just can't figure it out why they come out so dark. I tried printer selects colors, I tried I select colors, um, and it won't let me print normal paper quality on photo paper. For some reason, because I've noticed that if I print on photo paper with normal paper quality, I get the colors that I want. But if I set it to print on photo paper and put photo paper in there, it just comes out pretty dark, darker than I want it to be. And I'm just not sure what's going on. And I have, I think, two Canon printers. Yeah, one is Pixma and the other one is supposedly a professional uh, printer. And I'm actually having a better time working with the small one, the casual office user one, than the professional one. So I think it's one of those situations where it has too many buttons and I'm just not finding the right combination to get it to work exactly the way I want. And it's very annoying. You know, there are programs, for example, Photoshop has Photoshop Elements, which is like a beginner digital art program to kind of help people who've never used digital art programs to learn how to use them if you're completely new to it. And I wish Canon would have this the same with printers, like have introduction easy printer for people that don't know how to use them properly. Because I just can't figure it out. But at least it's still working. I've had an Epson printer, and what now did I press? There we go. I forgot to put any sugar in my tea. Get a cookie. Sorry about that. I didn't have breakfast yet. I woke up too late. Um, Autumn has come here to Michigan, and it's pretty cold. So, um, you know when the bed is so warm and nice and comfortable, and you don't wanna get out of bed because it's cold in the house. Yeah, I was like, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, and those 5 minutes turned into an hour. Now, for this one, I'm gonna have to get an old page out. There we go. Oh, dum. I'm not sure why she didn't connect the lines here. Let's see, can I move this? Yep. So now this should be touching and hopefully detected so that I can color there. Nope, it's not detecting, but it's okay, I'll color it by hand. Fill in there, good. Maybe I should make the top like this, and my tablet is charging, so can't really use it that much. I want to let it charge properly. I thought it would still charge overnight, but I forgot that I shut down my computer completely, so it's been starting to act up a bit when it's low on battery. Kind of shuts itself off without telling me sometimes. Sometimes it tells me, sometimes it doesn't. So I think I may have left it at some point overnight or something like that. Prolonged period of time, not charged fully. So that might be causing some issues. Hope I didn't damage the battery too much. Oh, hi June, how are you? I did a summary at the beginning of the stream for you about what will happen in the next page. If you have some time now, I can tell you again, so I don't forget. Oh, you can't stay for long? Okay, then you have the recording at the beginning of the stream. And you have the explanations there. Okie dokie. Take care, June. Have a lovely weekend. And I can color. Oh, I wonder what color it would be. Imagine wood color. Think it should have had a leg or something. I'm thinking now. Huh. If it is on a mannequin, I don't think it would sit on the weight of those things. Okay, a lot of lines there. Oh, I put it on the wrong layer. So now I should draw the lines. Okay. It might be a bit too much to the left. I'll figure it out later. Stuff, color. Got to go. Bye bye. Okay, June, take care. Thank you for coming. Have a lovely day. Have a nice weekend. Thank you, you too. I'm almost done with this page. Oh, what should I make this other box color? I never thought I would have to work with so many browns. All kind of brown colors. I wonder if people that have to work with medieval settings as well have this difficulty in trying to find uh, colors other than brown to make the scenery. You know, when I look at films from that in that setting, it often seems like, oh, they're so colorful and so interesting, and kind of never knew how much of a challenge it is to find something that isn't brown. Because everything was pretty much made out of wood at that time. Wood and bricks and stuff. So I managed to get some color variation. Got a little bit of blue in there. So yeah, I think I'm done. Um, I will do the rest offline because it's nothing special. It's shading, and I have to do the speech bubbles. Um, if you guys are interested in seeing some more of that as well, as always, let me know. Um, I usually show in streams what people seem to like the most, and that has generally been the coloring aspect. But if there are other things you guys would like to see, and I can show you, let me know. June doesn't have very good internet, so she can't stream. Um, and I try my best to stream, and hopefully I have a few crashes. I haven't had a crash on my stream in a while now, so I'm very happy about that, and hope the good luck continues. So, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. As always, if you're watching this recording afterwards, if you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Sometimes YouTube doesn't notify me that I have gotten a comment, but I do check my videos every now and then. So if I haven't replied to you immediately, it may have been because I didn't see the notifications. But I will in a couple of days when I check back to see if anybody's left me anything on a recent video. So that was it for today. Thank you and see you Wednesday, 3 p.m. Michigan, USA time. I stream twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays. Wednesdays at 3 p.m. and Saturday at 11 p.m. A.m. Sorry. Bye bye, everyone.